Welcome back to FTB Infinity Expert Mode. I'm CZSurvivor, and today we're going to be moving the base over to the last Millennium. But before we do that, a few things that have happened since last episode. One, I am currently working on the bee that produces uranium. Now to do this, there is one bee that's slightly difficult to get. It's called the monastic bee. Basically, there is no recipe for it. There's nothing it says how to get it. That is because you have to acquire it from a very specific source. If we just come down here to make sure he doesn't escape, it is a beekeeper villager. So you have to do a few trades, and this trade here, the third trade, is one princess plus some emeralds to create some mosaic drone. So I had to do a bunch of drone grinding until I got a pristine one. Just kept cycling it and cycling it until I got this villager in the right mode, until I got the bee pristined. Then I basically deleted a bunch of the old stuff, and that's what we got here, the pristine, clean, monastic princess and drone, which is wonderful. So now we've got that out of the way. So now that we're back in the last Millennium, there's a few things I need to go over. Number one, if we come under the starting platform, there was a layer of bedrock here. Now, to get rid of this bedrock, I have used the Awaken Icorian pickaxe, which Screenblast has. Currently he's not here, so I can't show you it, but it breaks bedrock as we've discussed before, so I use that to get rid of the bedrock underneath here. Now, next of all is, this place is in perpetual darkness, and it can rain, which is slightly annoying, but I have a solution for the rain, which I will employ in the future. Now, this design that I'm going for the central platform, it is a 31 diameter circle. So yeah, and I think it's different. I like the look of it. It's got a square in the centre and then circle around the edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this circle, and then we'll come back and start moving over the machines. So just a little bit more detail on this build. I've gone with technical blocks, laboratory blocks and factory blocks, and you can see the blocks types you've got. I've gone with, I think they're all connected textures except for the glowstone, and yeah, I think that looks like a nice area. It's different to how I normally build. Normally I build a stone theme, but I'm trying to go a bit more futuristic, but techie futuristic. Yeah, I'm not too sure. One day I also want to try a steampunk build, but not today. Maybe if I had some steamy engine mods. Maybe if I do something with Railcraft, I'll give it a steampunk theme. But we're going to want to do our A network. So before we do this, I want a bunch of these. Oh, we're out of pure, so it's we'll ask for 60 of them. Oh yeah, the fluid stuff. So the first thing we want to do is disassemble most of the A network. So what I'm going to leave behind will be, before we go, is I'm going to leave all this stuff here, just so I can remember how it's laid out. Actually, I'll use that there, and we're also going to need some of this, you know what, leave patterns in there, and we're going to just take all of our cables for now. I think would be a good idea. So I'm going to collect everything up, and we're going to just oops, I shouldn't have done that. That's a lot of patterns to spew everywhere. But I'm just going to set up the basic storage of stuff, and yeah, then we can start work on expansion over in the Void Age. In fact, not Twilight, Last Millennium. Trying to think of how to condense that in down to simpler words. Also, we're going to need to figure out a way to move power. Tesseracts. Right, so what I'm thinking is, in here we have some sort of structure holding up the ME controllers. Now, as I said before, these are multi-block, and I really like this multi-block. It's quite a nice looking multi-block. It's the best thing about it, due to its just fluctuating colours. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this and this here for the pattern terminal. Yeah? And do I have any blank patterns? No. Then, up here on top, I'm going to put the energy acceptor, followed by a tesseract. And this will be the power system for it. And this is why I like the idea of it. It just looks so beautiful being up there. Granted, it's floating now, but maybe it could look remain floating. It'll get cables coming out of it in the future, but yeah, I'm feeling like this base, I want the cables and all that exposed to show the functionality of everything. Also, I really like how the lines from this just look like it's pulsating it up and hovering it. I don't know. I'm just stringing things together that I can see in front of me. So now that we've got that, we need to set up somewhere for storage to be. So let's see. We've got, I think the north side will have a storage, and since we have these 32 channels, we can just tank them out like so. So for now, we'll just stick storage here, and we'll stick the drives just in like so. Right, so now we have access to our stuff, and yeah, so in different areas we'll have different access panels so we can access different things. For example, we'll probably have a crafting terminal somewhere around here and stuff like that. So I need to figure out how to lay this out and start building a few more platforms. So we've made a bit more progress. So what I'm thinking is, off the sides of this main circle is there's going to be a short little corridor like so. Maybe I'll change the blocks, I don't know. And then a rectangular platform for where the machines and all that will go. So for this side will be all processing, crafting, anything that's just processing stuff will go here. I'll have an entire island devoted to power production, so that'll have EU power production and RF power production on it. And then I'll need my magical islands. Might need to do more expansion than this, but we do have quite a little area that we're going to work with in here. Maybe I'll add more circles, create more stuff, I don't know. This design's just going to evolve over time. Now I also need to remember is to light this thing up. So, hello, where are you? Did I put you away? No, there you are. No, you. F7? Let's light everything up. I think that looks decent for now. So I've just hooked up a bit of the auto crafting I had in the main base just up here, so I can start crafting things like dense cables. Now we're going to run these cables right down here. Now there's nothing to worry really about using cables in your base, since if we quickly, I think I have the item on me, yes I do, we quickly look at this network and we hover over dense cables, it just says how many's installed, whereas if we don't hover over the ME controller, there is actually a power drain. So we have nothing to worry about when we are using dense cables or regular cables. They have no power drain, which is wonderful. So let's just run that to the end, yeah, there, and that's how far we'll have machines. Now, an ME dense cable can hold 32 channels. Now there is a way to, we'll probably in the future have to change this so we can hold more channels, but for now we're just going to do the basic method. So let's get some ME cables, regular stuff. ME is the glass cable, and can we make any more of them? Or else the pure fluids. Okay, I need to go get more pure fluids. Guess I'll have to set that up here. Right. So we've started pulling over all the new stuff over to the base. Now the first thing I'm going to set up is my flint production, because I've decided to insert the augment known as the nullification chamber, which does what it says here: destroys excess secondary outputs, aka if the secondary output fills up, the rest of it just gets obliterated. So if desperate times called to desperate whispers, I forgot what the recipe actually gives us a secondary output, sand, I can come nick a stack of sand from it. But I doubt we'll ever come to that because I'll have sand production. So we're going to want to put a ME interface on the top to output into it, and then, oh, you know, no, we won't do that. Let's see, where is the, I forgot what I needed. Oh yes, there's some patterns in here. It's that pattern that I want. I also need to take out those patterns and stick them in that one. Doesn't really matter, but we'll solve that in the auto crafting that's missing there in a bit. So put that in here, and yes, there, and then we'll hook up the cables to it. So don't know whether this will be enough. That should be okay for what I'm doing now. I'm just thinking about something here. And we just want to stick some item ducts on the back, which we don't have enough for. So into the top we'll have input, and out the back we'll have red output. For example, if we make the request for flint, like so, and let's say we want 10, it will start pumping gravel into here, and the thing will automatically produce it. So if I remember correctly about how this works, we should get some sand here. So statistically, we should get one piece of sand here, but knowing my luck, I won't. So I'm just going to ask for another, I don't know, let's say 20. Oh, it's already forming the process. Let's just get some gravel like so, and we'll stick it in there. And there, see, stands stacking up, but once it gets full, it will destroy it. For now, I've just got energy wired up like so. I know it's not pretty, but it is functional, and that's all that really matters. So I've just reconnected up the ore processing system. I've got the wire just hanging again like so. Kind of looks pretty cool how it just sweeps across the base, but it's not going to be kept forever. I'm just going to use a bunch of the, let's see if we can look at it, the Ender Energy Conduit, because they can sit right inside item conduits, which is wonderful. Unfortunately, MVY connectors will not connect directly up to them, which is slightly annoying, I do have to say, but we'll just deal with it. So as you can see, we've got everything set back up. Now to start adding some new auto crafting to this base. So we're not quite setting up new machines first. I almost forgot to set up the crystal growth accelerator, which is functioning now. I don't know what it's actually crafting. What are you crafting? Oh, so there's quartz seeds. Okay. Oops. Go back in there and you'll start functioning again. Now one thing I forgot to mention was the this ring, we can't see it all because of that, will basically not actually suck up certain items it's being coded in, and one of those items is the Certus quartz seeds in all its variants. So yeah, now I've also neatened this up a bit, both of these designs, so they're sunk into the ground now, so they look a bit more of the part, I think. Marble, need one of you. And I've also reduced the amount of, let's just see, put that back, ME cable for this by, well, ME conduit, by just rearranging things like so, and I think it looks a bit nicer. I'm going to put down those facade blocks. I don't have them yet to make them, the conduit facade, which is pretty nice, but we don't have them. Well, we can make them, but we can't paint them to look like what we want. So now we can finally start creating new stuff. So one thing I haven't said, and you may have guessed it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the single block crafting machines over here. For example, this all kind of remains in a single block, excluding the ME interface. This is going to be single block, so there's just going to be lines of these stacking up and down, like so, of different machines that all do the auto crafting. And on this side, we'll have the more multi-block style things like this and this. They are all working as one together, but they sprawl outwards, as you can see. Excluding that, I may move that over, I may not. We'll decide that in the future. So, what, if you haven't guessed yet, is we're going to do the assembly table. So, I've been thinking about how to do this. Now, I'm going to go with a 2 assembly table approach. I think that should be enough assembly tables to make this function. So, we have 15 lasers for now, so we'll leave a gap. So, 1, 2, 3. If we're going to have a wall of lasers here, let's just put down that for now. So we're going to have a wall of lasers here, and we're going to have 5, let's make it 6 wide, I think should be able to do it. Or you know what, we'll leave it at 5 wide and we'll have an ME interface here, here and here. Right, so I'm going to craft everything that we need for this and then we'll be back. So, the reason why we are going with 2 assembly tabled rather than one is this one main thing. If we put this in here and this in here, these all three use redstone. However, if, for example, the redstone chipset gets prioritized all the time as the number one craft, there'll just be gold and iron sat in here and it'll craft redstone chipsets even though I don't want to. So what I'm going to do is going to put redstone chipsets in this assembly table along with other things that are crafted. And in this table I'm going to put all the other chipsets. This will allow me to break out the problem that we will be encountering here, which is pretty nice. So we need to now do one other thing. So since one of these, this middle one, is going to have to point to one or the other more predominantly, we're going to have to direct it to point to one because we don't want it to spew stuff into the right and the left at the same time. Now to do this you need to there is a way to do this, and I think you might need a regular wrench. I don't think I can use this one. No. Right, I'm going to need to go get a crescent hammer or something like that. Unfortunately, the engineer's hammer doesn't seem to function with a... Unfortunately. So, to do this, you just simply right click on it until the arrow points in the direction you want it to go. So this ME interface will always input to this assembly table, meaning we'll never have resources split between the two and break in the whole system, because that would be a terrible idea now, wouldn't it? So the first things I'm going to teach the system to craft are going to be the basic circuits. So we need to switch this over into processing mode. We need a redstone, and we tell it that one redstone produces one redstone chipset, and we need some patterns, and we'll tell it to craft 20, and it's going to have to make all the things. Oh no, it doesn't. Nope, that's good. Right, so there's that, but then we're going to get some iron. I'm going to teach it how to make the iron chipset. Okay, I just accidentally did that. Redstone. Do we have any iron chipsets? Iron? No, we don't. Okay, so we'll get the thing to make an iron chipset whilst we're at it. So let's go over here. Now we also need to go into here, and we'll put this in here, we'll put this in here, and this in here. We need to tell the thing that we want these on and these on. So we'll take that out, and whilst that's going, we can insert this into here. And that should be done quick. Nice and quick, so we can go back over here and tell chipset. You know what, we'll do the gold one whilst we're at it. So gold produces that, and iron. Oh, I wonder, do you automatically output is this question? Yes, you do. You do have to automatically output. That's one of your interestingly annoying features sometimes. Like so. Now I've never actually automated this before, so I'm actually quite glad that I came up with this pretty fast. Like it came to me pretty quickly. So into here, we're going to put these two chipsets. So let's say we want to make some chipsets. And we'll say we want to make, I don't know, 10 iron ones, okay? And let's see if the thing functions, is the question. So we go over here, and yes it is. Now those lasers aren't guessing it, but that ain't the final setup, that's just temporarily. I was just seeing which lasers could reach where, so those can't. Okay, good to know. But the thing is functioning, so we can now add assembly table recipes, which is wonderful. This will make life so much easier. Unfortunately, we've run out of time for today's episode, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did so, hit that like button. Got any comments, questions, drop them down in the comment section below. I'll answer if possible. New to the channel, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date. Stay well, and Survivor out.
To get it right, know when to fight.